Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news coverage for Friday, October 7th, 2016. A new world record has been set by Darbian for the original NES Super Mario Bros., beating the previous record set 4 days ago by just over 300 milliseconds. Congratulations! If you bought Gears of War 4's Ultimate Edition, you can start playing the game right now. Except for some who ordered it on Amazon. There has been a shipping delay for some, and considering Monday is a holiday, those who are affected by this are going to have their bonus completely negated. Sorry about that. Green Man Gaming is now selling digital games for PS4. This is currently only available for people in the US. Xbox digital games are coming soon, and hopefully to the rest of the world. The director of Final Fantasy XV has said bringing the game to PC would take longer than a year to accomplish. Well, I'm willing to wait. Are you willing to wait? Let me know in the comment section down below. Speaking of Final Fantasy, it's confirmed to have HDR support on Xbox One. And someone working at Cartoon Network is very upset with EA over FIFA because they used his real Twitter handle as part of the game. Since then, he's been receiving a lot of unwanted attention and has replied to EA saying, "Hey assholes, please don't use real Twitter accounts in your dumb game. Okay, thanks." EA is working on completely removing it. It's time for our first release announcement, and this one is barely tied to gaming, as Asrock is rolling out BIOS and UEFI updates to their LGA 1151 motherboards in preparation for Intel's Kaby Lake processors. They're coming, and they're coming soon! Bioshock the Collection should no longer be so shocking on PC because a patch has been rolled out to improve performance and add 21:9 aspect ratio support. Farming Simulator 17 will join Skyrim and Fallout 4 by having mod support on console, coming October 25th. Star Wars The Old Republic is getting a storyline expansion releasing on December 2nd, and a VR shooter game is coming from the people who made Metro 2033 that will require the Oculus touch controllers. More on the touch controllers later. Finally, for teasers, it's free game day! Head on over to Origin right now and get Dungeon Keeper on the house. Once you add it to your Origin account, it's yours for forever. Valve has added a feature to Counter-Strike directly inspired from Overwatch, and it's 10 times as useless. Find out what today on News Cartridge. Today's top story is about the Oculus Rift. During a presentation called Oculus Connect, it was revealed the minimum requirements to run the Oculus Rift have been lowered. It only requires a GTX 960 graphics card down from a 970, an Intel i3 6100 or an AMD FX 4350 down from an Intel i5 4590, effectively cutting the cost of a VR-ready computer by around $200 US. This was achieved by something called asynchronous time warp, which I admit I really don't know anything about at all because it's part of brand new VR technology. What it does though is eliminate some of the frame drop which naturally occurs with VR. At the same time, the Oculus touch controllers have a confirmed price of $199 US, effectively making full room VR experience for the Oculus more expensive than the HTC Vive because an additional sensor is required for $80. Now granted, the new technology does lower the cost of the machine capable of running VR, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time before HTC and Valve have their own kind of technology that has the same effect. What's your favorite, the Oculus, the Vive, or another one? Let me know in the comment section down below. Next up, we're going to talk about Mafia III. Now, I already covered that the game is locked to 30 frames per second, and a patch is on its way that will not only add a 60 FPS option, but unlimited as well, and that should be here by this weekend. No, instead of crucifying it, we're going to talk about something the game is actually doing right. When the game begins, it displays a message regarding the setting and use of certain racist language contained in the game. Mafia III takes place in 1968 in what would be Louisiana, the same year Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. Racial tensions were very high. 2K states they find the language used to be abhorrent, but to not include it would be doing a disservice and outright offensive to those who still suffer from this type of bigotry and ignorance. I agree with the use of whatever words they chose because I think it's important to remember that horrible part of my country's history, otherwise we're doomed to repeat it. Today in the quick spot, because I don't want to give these fuckers much attention, 2 asshats have been charged, both 19 years old, and I'm not going to say their name to give them the satisfaction, go look it up if you need to know, with conspiring to cause damage to protected computers, one in Maryland, USA, and the other in the Netherlands. These pathetic excuses for human sludge also sold their DDoSing tool over the internet to anyone willing to pay. Hopefully they see the maximum sentence, which is 10 years in prison. Finally for the week, as you know, I love to end on something funny, and I'm not sure if this fits, but another part of me finds it absolutely frickin' hilarious. Sprays are something that used to exist in CSGO a long time ago, but Valve removed them. Essentially what it is the player's ability to put a picture on a wall to mark where they've been. Now called Graffiti, players have two options to show off their personality: monochrome, which are obtained through drops, and multicolored from graffiti boxes. Both can be traded on the Steam Marketplace, and both have a limit of 50 uses once you've unsealed it. They are usable once every 45 seconds, and the graffiti degrades after 7 minutes. Frankly, I don't see a point other than Valve making more money from digital nothingness. No one will use this in competitive, and if you do use it, not only can it give away your position, you have to look directly at a wall to use it, and with a low DPI mouse, it's going to take you a ton of time to turn around. Putting a number of charges on them is ridiculous, and just goes to show you what Valve will do to try to get your money. I mean, whatever, Valve. Keep charging for digital paint, and keep trying to sap your players for every penny you can get. Hopefully one day, they'll get tired of it. Once again, it's time for Monday's game releases, because I'm off for the next 2 days because somebody wants 12 saber-toothed tiger fangs or something. For PC, Spareware, Mr. President, Maximum Archery the Game, Razortron 2000, Clockwork, Super Mixtape, Stramium Immortality, K. Rolick, The Caretaker Dungeon Night Shift, Bolo, and Omega Reaction. For PlayStation 4, Wayward Sky, 100-Foot Robot Golf, Tumble VR, and Super Stardust Ultra VR. For Nintendo Wii U, Act It Out, a game of charades. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you on Monday. And what do you get when you cross Madden NFL 17 with a sick hamburger? Madden cow disease.